Yo, what's up, my family? Guess what? This is something that baffles me. I talk to a lot of people that work with us and have had success, and then they're like, it's not working no more. And I'm going, what's not working? Well, there's this. It's not working. I'm not making the same money. And then I ask, well, what are you doing? Well, we're trying to do this and this and this, and I always go back, well, why don't you do the same thing that you did to have success? Oh my goodness, I was talking to someone. They made $10,000, okay? And they did it by doing this business system. And this business system worked. And it was really simple math, okay? 10,000 divided by $5 was 2,000. So they got a commission, a small little commission of $5, but it wasn't even them doing the work because they brought in a couple people that brought in a couple people that brought in a couple people. And all of a sudden there's boom, 2,000 people on the team, and 2,000 times 5 is $10,000. All right? Massive success. Boom, just like that. It didn't really happen just like that. It happened after, I want to say it was about 2 months. Okay? Not bad by helping a couple people. And then they just repeated the same process, and I was laughing because I was like, okay, it worked. And then the next thing I know is, it's not working. And I go, what? It's not working. Nothing's happened. The same system. In fact, the business system we have has gotten better and better and better and better. Yet, it's not working now. I scratch my head and go, I don't know what to do to help you. But think about it for a second. Why is it that we as humans sometimes just get lost in our own ways? For example, the system worked. Why wouldn't I just repeat the same thing I did? Why wouldn't I actually help other people do the same thing that I just did? Because then it could go 10x. If I help 10 people do what I just did, I could expand. Excuse me. Anyways, it cracks me up because I hear this all the time. And yet, on the other hand, I have other people that have just stuck to the game plan. I was so fortunate, you guys. I was able to go to Brazil last week and sit down with a couple of my friends, actually a bunch of my friends, but one in particular, and his story was amazing. He just had a business system, and he just kept doing it little by little by little by little, and all of a sudden, after a year, he was making and earning in 1 month what it took him a year to earn before. Okay, that was in the first year. It took him 12 months to get to a spot where he was earning what it took him to make an entire year. And when he was telling me the story, dude, his eyes were filled with tears. His family, his kids, he's just sitting there like, dude, check this out there, and it's working, okay? But then he said, now I've been at it for my second year. Now I'm making 10 times what I would make in a year. 2 years ago, I'm making in a month. Now, my question is, how is that possible? He just stuck to the same business plan, the same plan that he was doing from day one. It might bore you. It might bore you to do the same exact thing. It might. I don't know. Maybe as you're doing it, you just keep thinking that you got a better way, and maybe you do. But then, why are you sitting there wondering why you're not having the same success that you had when you first did it? So my friend that was telling me this story was just, it was a privilege. It was an honor to be a part of his life, the change of his life, the understanding, his family, his kids. He was able to move. He actually bought a dream home. He's actually able to live the life of his dreams. And he didn't start as a young guy. He's middle-aged and thought he understood that, what he was taught his whole life was the way to go. He had a job for, 15 years working in manufacturing, and just his whole life was changed by a simple business plan, a simple business system. That's it, simple business system. And he just stuck to it. He didn't get distracted by everyone telling him to do this, that. He had a little bit of success. He figured out how to make $1,000. And then, instead of trying to change anything, he just repeated it. He just repeated it over and over and over and over. And all of a sudden, now it's It's self-expand. Anyways, guys, why is it, gals, why is it we get so confused? Why is it we get so lost in our own ways thinking we understand better? Especially, my favorite part is especially when we already had some success. Have I made $1,000? Have I made $5,000? Okay, why don't I just repeat what I did? There's an amazing story, training by Steve Harvey, okay? And he's like, hey, someone asked him, how do I become a millionaire? And he's like, it's so simple. Do what makes you $100,000. Do it 10 times. And you sit and scratch your head and go, oh, okay, that makes sense. Well, how do I make $100,000? Well, do what makes you $10,000 10 times. Makes sense. Okay. Well, how do I make $10,000? Do what makes you $1,000 10 times. Okay, I can get that. Well, how do I make $1,000? Okay, do whatever makes you $100 10 times. All right, okay. This might be deep thought for you. This might be really deep concepts, business concepts, but it's actually very logical and makes sense. So let's say I figured out how to make $100. Repeat it 10 times. Just repeat that same thing 10 times. All right, now I'm making $1,000. Now I want to make 10. Repeat what I did to make $1,000 100 times. 10 times. Sorry, my math's wrong. Repeat it 10 times. Okay, great. Now I made $10,000. My goal is to make $100,000. Okay, so what do I need to do? Repeat what I did to make $10,000 10 times. Cool. Now I'm at $100,000. Okay, how do I make $1 million? Repeat what I did to make $100,000 10 times. It's not too hard. What's hard is staying focused. What's hard is keeping thinking that I can adjust and change, and whatever I did to make $100 works. Why don't I stick with it? I don't know. Why don't you? Why don't I? Why is it that we as humans don't? Why? Okay, well, I have a system that works. Why don't I do it? That's all it is focus. There is no secret to becoming a millionaire. There is no secret to becoming financially free. It's finding a system that works and repeating it. So my question to you is, if you've done anything with us in any of the different businesses we work and have and technology we've built, and you've made $1,000, why don't you just repeat that 10 times? Now you make 10,000. Now my next question is, if you want to make 100, why don't you just repeat that 10 times and you make $100,000? And if you want to become a millionaire, just repeat that 10 times also. Now, why am I smiling? Because we've helped hundreds and hundreds of people become millionaires. We've already done it. We've already done it over the last 6-7 years, and it's fun. We've helped thousands of people make $100,000. Why is that significant? $100,000 in other countries, in other currencies, is millions in their currency. It's time freedom. It's life freedom. It's dreams come true. It's amazing. It's fun. It's a blast. We have a bunch of different business systems that we use, technologies we've built, systems we've built to help you have success. Whatever your dreams are, it is obtainable. And it's a very simple model. Simple. I say simple. Is it hard? Probably hard for you to focus. Probably hard for you to keep doing a simple system of success. That's probably what the hard part is. Staying focused, not getting caught up, not complaining, not crying, not whatever it is. Just repeat what you did to have success. That's it. It's so easy to explain, so hard to stay focused, so hard to not get caught up in whatever I get caught up, so hard to think that you actually know better. You already had success. You already earned $1,000. You already earned $10,000. I was talking to one of my friends this morning. They've made $15,000 in a country where the average income is $300 a month. The average income is $300 a month. So if we do the math, 300 times 10 is 3,000 times 5 is 15,000. So 10 times 3 is 30 times. This person has made 30 times the average monthly income. And they did it like in 6 months. Is that not a story of success? Now, if I wanted to have more, why wouldn't I just repeat it? Just repeat it. Do what you did to get there. It's so simple. All right, my friends, have a good day. Remember, it's not hard to do it. It's hard to focus and hard to keep on that same. Maybe you're bored. Maybe it's just too easy. Maybe it just came too fast. Maybe you got to work harder. I don't know. But ask yourself, what is it that I need to do just to repeat the same system that I had the success with? Talk to you later, Bit Mom.